Before we begin the distribution of awards, Ms. Lisa's board will recognize the newest members of the class of 2022 Interboro Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame was initiated in May of 2000 by then Principal Dr. Michael to honor the accomplishments of those individuals who, through their outstanding achievements and service, have brought recognition to the Interboro School District. The Interboro Hall of Fame was conceived as a joint effort on behalf of Glen Norr, Prospect Park, and Interboro High Schools. The goal is to recognize alumni who have distinguished themselves through significant contribution in the field of endeavor or to the Interboro School District. Community members and staff who have made similar significant contributions to the Interboro School District and communities are also eligible to be included. By honoring these positive role models, we hope to inspire the current students. Our first inductee to the class of 2022 is Dr. Michael T Mullen. Dr. Michael Mullen presented himself from his early years at the Tinicum School as an outstanding student who was bright, likable, and hardworking. He graduated first in his class from Interboro and went to the University of Pennsylvania, where he majored in neuroscience, graduating summa cum laude, and was a member of the Phi Beta Kappa National Honor Society, as well as winning the Elliott Stellar Award for Outstanding Honors Theses within his major. Dr. Mullen continued at the University of Pennsylvania for medical school, graduating with honors and earning the Merck Manual Award, presented to the Outstanding Graduating Medical Student, and the Arthur K. Ashbury Award for Clinical Excellence after completing a residency in neurology. He earned a fellowship in vascular neurology and then joined the faculty of Penn. During his first years as a clinical instructor, he completed a Master's of Science in Clinical Epidemiology. A focus for Dr. Mullen became his treatment and education of stroke victims as he continued his pursuit of the best information of the field had to offer. His research led to writing and publishing more than 90 times, primarily peer-reviewed articles, textbook chapters, and editorials adding to the understanding of stroke prevention and treatment. Along with his teaching and publishing, he developed a telemedicine stroke program and co-chaired the stroke group with Penn Medicine's neuroscience line. Recently, Dr. Mullen has assumed a new position as director of the stroke program at Temple University Hospital and associate professor of neurology. Dr. Mullen continues to serve others in the most notorious fashion and is clearly one of the most accomplished Interboro graduates in just 25 years after graduation. Dr. Mullen is not able to be with us tonight, but let's have a nice round of applause. Our next honoree is Mr. Lou Garrison, Interboro class of 1970. Mr. Lou Garrison began his athletic career with the Prospect Park Termites, playing quarterback for the Hall of Famer Frank Whitmer. Lou's athletic career came into focus in junior high school. Here he concentrated on basketball. His high school career coincided with the best three-year run in Interboro's basketball history, culminating with an unpending of Powerhouse Chester, a Section 2 basketball title in 1970, earning a trip to the district playoffs at the iconic Palestra. Lou continued his education and basketball career at Williamson Free School of Mechanical Trades. He set a record of 55 points in one game and totaled 1,006 points for his career. He graduated with a power plant associate's degree and matriculated to Millersville University, who recruited him to play basketball. Unfortunately, a torn ACL ended his basketball career, although he took advantage of the opportunity and graduated in 1977 with a bachelor's in education in industrial arts. These experiences created a clear career path which brought him back to his alma mater as a teacher and outstanding basketball coach. His teaching career began in the area originally known as industrial arts and culminated in computer-assisted drafting and at the conclusion of his career. He was able to stay abreast of an ever-changing field and provide his students with quality instruction and care. His coaching career included stints as both head coach and assistant coach at the high school and collegiate levels. 2 tours as Interboro's head coach covered a 14-year span and culminated in an Interboro's best 166 victories, along with multiple league titles. Now I can't see. Thank you. Lou's continuing coaching was characterized by leadership and guidance to his players, who genuinely understood and appreciated his commitment to them and to their success as people and players. Lou Garrison is an example of someone who gave back all he could to the kid from the community where he was raised. Congratulations, Mr. Garrison. Our next honoree is Steve Selfridge, Interboro class of 1996. Dr. Steve Selfridge began his musical journey with an introduction to clarinet in 5th grade, but moved on to tenor sax after a teacher encouraged him to try it and he experienced the rhythmic energy of Interboro High School jazz band rehearsal. Thus began a musical journey which has taken many twists and turns, all leading to continued love and care for Steve's music and the students he inspires. After high school, Steve's formal training included a bachelor's in music education from Temple University in 2001, master's in jazz performance from Rowan University in 2008, and PhD from Temple in 2018. He teaches in the Garden Valley School District, where he has taught elementary band, middle school jazz band, classroom music, and his present position as high school band director. Steve currently serves as vice president of the District 12 Pennsylvania Music Educators Association and has presented at professional conferences on the topics of jazz, improvisation, and blended learning, teaching videos. Jazz is one of Steve's particular areas of expertise. He has directed innumerable jazz ensembles and workshops, including the Kimmel Center Youth Jazz Ensemble, Interboro Jazz Workshop from 1997 to 2003, Delco All-Star High School Band, Garden Valley's Middle School Jazz Band, and Garden Valley High School Jazz Band. His love of playing includes performing in various musical ensembles and venues in the greater Philadelphia area, including performances with John Grisha Band, the John Huey Orchestra, and his own Steve Selfridge Jazz Quartet. In 2011, Steve performed at Carnegie Hall, New York City, as a featured soloist on stage with the rock legend Stephen Van Zandt and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee Darlene Love. In 2012, Steve played lead alto sax in a Maynard Ferguson tribute concert held at Chris's Jazz Cafe in Philadelphia, which featured several notable alumni of the Maynard Ferguson Big Band. Steve's ongoing contribution to the teaching of music has led to the development of his YouTube channel, Dr. Selfridge Music, with over 200,000 subscribers. Congratulations. Our next honoree is Robert Martin as a community member. Mr. Martin was a member of the Prospect Park community and attended Prospect Park School and Interboro High School until a family tragedy led him without a father, necessitating a move to the Harrisburg area in 10th grade. As a result, he was unable to graduate from Interboro. That said, his heart never left the community. Earlier this year, Mr. Martin reached out to Prospect Park School with an offer to donate $1,000 and free copies of the children's book he wrote for all the 1st and 2nd grade students. He later donated an additional $500 when he visited, read his book, and told the story of growing up in Prospect Park. In his professional life, Mr. Martin has recently become the Director of Public Safety and serving as Chief of Police for the Susquehanna Township in Harrisburg, PA. Prior to moving on to law enforcement, Mr. Martin engaged in a meritorious assignment in the armed forces, capturing a myriad of awards in both active duty and as a reservist. Upon completion of active armed force duty, he became a police officer. His career is highlighted by awards in the Susquehanna Township that include several merit medals and associated commendations. life-saving medal for SWAT action in Harrisburg, Medal of Heroism for actions in gun battle, and Crime Prevention Award for reducing crime by 40% over a 5-year period, to name a few. Mr. Martin also had a love of baseball and made substantial civic contributions to the sport and youth who participated. As the baseball coach at Susquehanna Township High School, he led his team to a 3rd place finish in District 3A. He also coached within local Harrisburg RBI baseball programs, intending to revive interest in baseball for inner-city youth. His teams achieved success on and off the field, 5-time Mid-Atlantic champion, World Series champion in 2013, and runner-up in 2011 and 15. Although a tragedy took him from our area, he appreciated the time spent in Prospect Park, which helped lead him in his life of service. Congratulations, Mr. Martin. Our next honoree is John N. Kalin, Jr., a community member. Mr. John Kalin provided tremendous support and countless hours to his community of Glen Olden and the Interboro School District. John spent 28 years representing Glen Olden on the Interboro School Board and was president when the high school was honored as a Blue Ribbon High School. During those years, he served as chairman of the Curriculum Committee, Policy Committee, Superintendent Search Committee, Administrative Salary Negotiating Committee, and the Athletics Committee. He also served on the Property Committee, Teacher Salary Negotiating Committee, Finance Committee, Principal, Assistant Principal, and Assistant Superintendent Search Committee. Each of these committees require tremendous time and attention as they shape the potential for success in a school district. John's community volunteerism include being the founder, director, and producer of the Glen Olden Youth People's Performing Young Arts Club, which existed for 15 years with close to 1,000 young people, performing Broadway shows as part of the community theater. Co-founder and first president of the Interboro Soccer Club, coaching baseball, basketball, soccer as part of the Glen Olden Youth Club for over 20 years and 10 years as president of the club. Supported the Yacht Stop River Jam, which is a fundraising event designed to raise money for the local child with debilitating disease. John Kalin provided support to the Interboro School District and the local community, which makes the Interboro community a welcome place to live and learn. Congratulations, Mr. Kalin. Our last inductee is Dave Hein, staff member. Mr. Dave Hein was an influential member of the Interboro School District faculty from 1977 to 2012. Dave began his career teaching 8th grade mathematics at the junior high school on South Avenue until its closure. He moved to the Norwood School where he taught 7th and 8th grade mathematics before initiating a district-wide K-8 computer literacy program that found him traveling between the 4 K-8 buildings from 1984 to 1986. In 1986, he moved to the high school and taught virtually every mathematics course offered for over 26 years, along with the students of all levels of ability and interest. Dave exhibited tremendous passion for both mathematics and teaching, which was on display throughout his time as a teacher. With 35 years in the classroom, there can be a varied level of commitment and enthusiasm, but not with Mr. Hein. He always brought an A game to the school each day and in every class he taught. As a result, the seniors selected him to give the charge to the class at graduation in 2001, 2010, and 2012, and was honored at the Franklin Mint Credit Union Teacher of the Year in 2010. A brief list of programs he initiated at the high school include American Math Contest, Moody's Mega Math Challenge, and the mathematics portion of the school-wide SAT Prep. Dave also provided coaching guidance for over 20 years in football, initially at the junior high school level, before moving to the high school varsity, eventually becoming the offensive coordinator. He also coached high school girls lacrosse as an assistant and 4 years as head coach over a 10-year period. While offering support and guidance for his students, he also helped mentor faculty members along with the shaping of the mathematics department. Mr. Hine's professionalism and commitment to his students are but two of his contributions. Set an example for other faculty members on what it is to be a successful educator may be his most important contribution in his 35 years, enriching the Interboro community. Congratulations, Mr. Hine. Congratulations again to all of our 6 Hall of Fame honorees on the most well-deserved honor. With that said, we would also like to recognize our current Hall of Fame members who have joined us this evening. When I say your name, please stand to be recognized. Alan Hostetter, Anthony Costanzo, Brian Hassel, John Sadek, Dr. Michael Plattis, Richard E. Williams, Jerry Kennedy, Paul Sheridan,